Michigan Shadow loaded with some veterans on this team, including ex-NHLer Chad LaRose.
Yeah, Chad LaRose was with Carolina Hurricanes in the 2006 Cup. Michigan native here, actually from Fraser. Long-time, well-known face here, and he is looking to lead up that, show some experience with the younger generation on that Shadow team.
You go up and down this whole roster of the Shadow, a lot of experience, a lot of veterans, and right now the Voyagers are hitting the ice. There's your rosters right there. Chad LaRose going all the way down. Michael Baker, who's played with several teams, including the St. Clair Fighting Saints.
Jamie Milam, that another a lot of rockers from the Federal League that were here last year.
Jonathan Giuliano played with several teams, and he's a veteran, a high-scoring forward.
And it's going to be interesting to see Bill Ruggiero in net for the Shadow starting goalie tonight, and it's going to be interesting to see. He's a veteran. He's been around a lot of years, and I know for sure, speaking with him before the game, he is really fired up for this contest.
Now you're talking about Bill Ruggiero. He's got 15 teams under his belt. Talk about experience. He's been through it all, and it's good to see the veteran. He's got a youngster under him on the bench learning from the chief.
And you need that. You need that veteran aspect, and to show the ropes per se. Actually, show the city in general. Bill has been around this area. He hosts quite a few hockey camps, goalie camps. The Cat does during the off season, and this is he's going to feel comfortable here in his home rink. Knows all the bounces, knows all the angles, and very comfortable within the nets.
Let's talk about James Ryersay. Ryersay, the captain and owner of the team here, number 20. He's done a heck of a job building up this team. He loves the game of hockey. Well,
I tell you one thing, if any indication of the atmosphere that he had on the outside of the building, and I see a lot of Shadow jerseys here, and just the inside, how it's all set up, this team is built for success, and you can thank James Ryersay for that.
Good-looking crowd here on opening night for the Michigan Shadow. Their first home game, as you mentioned earlier, they went on the road to beat the Detroit Warhawks. An easy victory for them. The poor Detroit Warhawks, they got to play. They're in that South Division. They've got to play the Waterford Sharks. They got to play Muskegon, and now the Michigan Shadow. This division is loaded with three top teams.
Yeah, they do. They have their work cut out for them, and again, it's a long season. They're going to have some surprises in there. You never know if one of these teams that are above them are going to be complacent and maybe steal a couple games and really affect the standings in the playoffs coming up.
About ready for the player introduction. First, the Michigan Shadow coming out of the far end of the ice rink.
Don Colbert doing the honors here for the Michigan Shadow hockey team, his voice for the Michigan Shadow.
We'll let this play through once they start introducing the players here. Tommy, we're ready to play hockey. An exciting time here at Big Boy Arena in Fraser, Michigan.
Boy, I tell you, I can feel the excitement in the air here, Frank. I don't know about you, but you got the smoke blowing in here, getting out of the way. The players, I saw, Ruggiero was kind of just doing a little extra pirouette there for the crowd. He's ready to go, and let's get this face-off, get the show on the road.
Ruggiero now going over to the bench, putting on his mask. He's about ready to go. He looks like he's pumped up. The starters are out on the ice for both teams right now. The Voyagers just hitting the ice.
Well, you got a couple key things here. You know, both teams, Frank, they do want to get off to a fast start. I think what the coaches are going to say probably pretty much of both teams is, listen, get yourself into the game early. Take a body, get into the game. I wouldn't be surprised if we see each of the first couple lines go and finishing their checks.
Ceremonial drop of the puck here before the game starts. Looks like Riley Pitcher is taking it for the Muskegon Voyagers. And for the Michigan Shadow, we'll figure that out eventually.
He was a shadow. He was just a shadow. That's a good sign.
We lost
stealth
him
on the ice.
So the starters are on. We're about ready to drop the puck here.
Opening day here, home opener. Signs out. Kids got their popcorns. Get your favorite beverage and join us.
Muskegon quickly dumps this puck down into the Michigan Shadow end. Little jab there at the end there. This one's whisked around the boards. Voyagers take a shot on net quickly. That one stopped. Pitcher took that one from the point for the Muskegon Voyagers. Little bit of pressure here in the early going by the Muskegon Voyagers. This one's dished out in front, broken up by the Michigan Shadow.
Big stop early for Ruggiero, tested.
Muskegon, a quick player changes off the bench. Also for the Michigan Shadow. Shadow way behind their net in the far corner. They dig it out, trying to get it out. They get it out past the blue line. A 2-on-1 developing right here. Real quick, there it is. Oh, he took a shot just to the outside. First shot on net comes from the Michigan Shadow.
And
what do we got going here? First penalty, sin bin. Who got that one?
Giuliano.
So it looks like Giuliano will take the first penalty in Michigan Shadow history.
Boy, what an opportunity on that two-on-one. And, team owner, Jimmy Ryer, say had a glorious opportunity, but just whistled it over the crossbar.
So here's an opportunity at 19:01 of the first period for the Voyagers to capitalize on a 2-minute penalty as Jonathan Giuliano sits on the short bench. We'll have to see how the D takes this one. Michigan Shadow. Ruggiero is set and ready to go. So far, with 59 seconds into play, the Michigan Shadow had an opportunity, a 2-and-1 developed, shot that one wide. The Voyagers have kept possession of this puck. There's a delay, maybe something with the scoreboard.
Yeah, they're having trouble getting the penalty on the 2 minutes on the clock there. So I've been in that box before, Frank, and it's they'll get it working. The ref is pretty fluent in there, so a couple of the glitches.
You know, let's talk about the penalty box right now. It's mentally degrading. It's not just the bench is back. It's shorter. It's lower to the ground. Sometimes, depending on what level hockey you're playing in, you're sitting to an old guy with a clipboard that smells like winter spice. So it's mentally degrading more than you can't cut over to your bench. You have to come back on the ice if they score. And whoever thought of that was a genius.
And especially if you're a Shadow player right now with a bunch of Voyager jerseys in behind you.
This one's cleared down into the Voyagers' end. As Michigan Shadow go to kill this penalty, a little 2-on-2 there. Quick shot, Ruggiero, no problem for him. He gobbles that one up with that big glove of his.
And that's one thing that the Voyagers, didn't want to do is, get a stoppage and play there. It was not a very good. I don't know if he wanted to put that on Ruggiero. It was supposed to go probably rimming around the boards, but don't want no stoppage and play. You want to get a little flow going, especially on his power play.
Both teams making player changes just before the whistle. This one's whisked out in front. Nobody there for the Voyagers. Cleared out by the Shadow. Ryerse goes in deep. Little quick move there. Shot right on net. Ryerse set that one up. Stole the puck. Big shorthand opportunity for the Michigan Shadow.
And a little giveaway there, which that's what this game is about. Whoever has the most giveaways is probably going to be on the end of the wrong part of the scoreboard.
Ryerse, he just pickpocketed somebody down here. Here comes the Michigan Shadow again. Jimmy takes a shot. That one right on. Oh, here's an opportunity. He scores! Right in the slot, a loose rebound off the initial save, and the Michigan Shadow have capitalized shorthanded.
Boy, a little pressure, a couple bad passes, and big shorthanded goal.
Couldn't see exactly who got that. Was that Dalton that got that one? Possibly Dalton J. We're going to get a final official score on that one. But it's definitely a shorthanded goal. He made the initial save, that big juicy rebound out in front, and he just banged it home.
I believe it was the Stanley Cup champ, Chad LaRose, with the first goal.
Well, that's fitting enough, isn't it? Chad LaRose had a big juicy rebound right out in front and just buried it.
Boy, they've put a lot of pressure on shorthanded even. They look a little relaxed out there. I don't want to say lackadaisical, but the Shadow put a little bit of pressure on. They look calm.
Yeah, they look very calm. They weren't skating like crazy. They were just making their moves, and it was a very calm situation as they scored on that shorthanded. We're still waiting for the puck drop as hopefully we got it straightened out here. Muskegon Voyagers going to still be on the power play for 48 seconds. Down 1-0. Another steal by the Shadow.
We need to replay that goal so you scored it. I think it was LaRose.
There was a whistle. I think it was
LaRose.
Whistle, I think that puck hit the netting here and came back in. or they're going to redo this because the clock didn't start. We're stuck at 17:40, that is. So we'll take this face-off again right here at center ice. Taking the face-off for the Osaltowski will be taking the face-off for the Michigan Shadow. And Dylan Smith took that face-off for the Voyagers. Bringing that puck up is Andrew Taylor. Taylor dishes it off. This one's up to Dylan Smith. Dylan Smith just dumps it down into the Shadow end. Shadow trying to get that puck out. They do. Still 23 seconds left on the power play for the Voyagers. This one's wrapped around the board. That one's not cleared out, kept in by the Voyagers. Chris Hawkins pinched and kept that in. There's a trip. No call on that one. Looking for on Paul Arnott. He got dumped at the blue line. He's good to go. That penalty is over with.
It looked like Cody Oakes did get a little tripped up. He was gone if he didn't.
Both teams at full strength here. 16:48 left to go here in the first period. Big hit behind the net as the Shadows starting to lay a little body in here. This one's cleared down into the corner. Giving chase is Dylan Smith. Dylan Smith hits the ice. Shadow gonna retreat. Little collision as player going off for the Shadow. Dylan Smith not too happy about that for the Voyagers. Quickly out for the Voyagers. And here comes the Shadow again. Around, that one's deflected and out. Both teams sticking to their game plan here so far. Little sloppy play here in the neutral zone. This one's dumped into the Voyagers' end.
There's an icing on that call, Frank, and I'll tell you, anytime the Voyagers try to get a little thing going, they're just chipped out, and the Shadow gained possession and a little sloppy up in the neutral zone, but I'm sure it's going to turn around pretty quickly.
Chad LaRose is back out on the ice here. Number 15 for the, looks like he'll be taking this face-off here. Here comes the Michigan Shadow. Up on the right wing, that one's broken up. Shadow still have possession. This one's dumped over onto the opposite boards. Rung around the outside. Chad Rose going in, trying to break that one up. Muskegon has possession. They've got a 2-on-1 developing. Little feather pass, and they score. Riley Pitcher just dumped that one over. It was a 2-on-1, and they get back on the scoreboard here at 15:26 of the first period.
Yeah, that was a heartbreaker there. I know, Ruggiero had no chance on that. Even hitting the rebound came off his pad right to Arnott, who just dumped that in the net. So just like that, game tied at 1.
So Bill Ruggiero got a piece off his glove, but we got a tie game here. Voyagers now with possession. They just retreat that one. Having a hard time controlling that puck right now. Shadow pitch in on this one. Opportunity right there. Oh! Shot quickly blocked by the goalkeeper. And Riley Pitcher made a big save right out in front of his net. Voyagers still keeping possession, broken up by the Michigan Shadow. Oh, big hit.
Boy, Oakes took his man out.
Cody Oakes throwing his body and his hair around.
In front,
you gotta like that. Oh, right out in front. Just couldn't get enough stick on that one. Opportunity there for the Shadow. This one is just over the stick. Here comes the Voyagers. Zach Grover for the Voyagers. That one's broken up. Right in front of the benches.
Another odd man rush.
Michigan Shadow just couldn't control that puck.
Blade's broken on that check, so.
Looks like a big hit into the board. Not sure who took it. He's limping a little bit here.
I think that's Pilat that took the heavy hit, and then his blade broke. So he had to do the old one leg squiggle back to the bench.
Sean Pilat.
You know, you get hit like that, and these blades come popping out with these quick release blades now that everybody has, and you just click them back in, and you're good to go.
Click and go, that's right. Here we go. Voyagers trying to dump that over the blue line. Broken up by the Michigan Shadow.
Shadow playing high on the blue line, trying to force the Shadow to dump it in. There's a lot of those little touch passes at the blue line, and so far so good for him. As
got a tie game here. 13:44 left to go here in the first period. This one's worked right in front of the benches.
You got to be careful in the neutral zone to play up so high, because that's, the Shadow have had a few odd man rushes because of the neutral zone play by the Voyagers playing up so high. They just chip it past that first defenseman, and then just like that.
Nice pass right there. Nobody there to help them out. Here come the Voyagers. A 2-on-3, nothing happening there. Dylan Smith wraps that one around the net. Michigan Shadow now bringing it the other way. They set things up. We got a late whistle. Looks like an offside.
Pull himself off. No, looks like
that's. Yeah, that was an offside.
Yeah, it was just an offside. He pulled himself off.
Looks like Vermeesh
made a little move at the blue line, a little extra move, and
dragged that puck, and his teammate just dragged over the blue line. Voyagers now have the puck after that face-off. They push it forward. Streaking along the left side. Good move there. Shot on Ruggiero. He kicks that one away off his pads.
Oh, nice little play there at the blue line.
Now the Shadow with a quick shot. An off-angle shot. That went up into the netting. Chad LaRose out there putting his arm around Riley Pitcher. Old buddies, old hockey. These two teams are going to meet 5 more times besides tonight. 3 in Muskegon and 2 more here at the Big Boy Arena. Pitcher now with the puck.
Turnover.
Quick shot on net. That one is kicked out all the way back down to the Michigan Shadow end. This one's dumped along the boards.
Icing.
Be an icing on the Shadow.
Oh, Oaks is worrying about the icing. It was just a bad bounce off the boards, and even though the pass was intentional for his player, just a little too long, and the refs are going to call that every time. Can't argue an icing call there, Frank. It's an icing call.
That's
right?
kind of difficult.
That's how you get on the nerves, how the refs' nerves.
Zukanich out there, number 72 for the Michigan Shadow.
Pilat with his blade fixed. First one going into the corner there.
Zukanich around the backboards. This one's cleared out of the Voyager end, all the way back down to the Shadow end. Michigan Shadow looking to set up behind their net. Love the hair flowing in the wind.
He's feeling like going for a skate.
Cody Oaks, he lost a blade right there. Voyagers coming back the other way. Zach Grover, he takes a shot on that. Loose puck out in front, cleared away by the Shadow. This will be an icing.
Well, he just avoided that. A quick shot hit that back glass, came rolling right back out in front of Ruggiero. It had to be very careful, but no harm, no foul.
11:25 to go here in the first period.
I think that the faceoffs are important here, and again, they didn't win that one. They really kind of need to be better in the offensive draw when they get it. The Voyagers do.
Shadow dump it down onto the Voyagers' end. Going in, trying to cause some havoc here is Adam Kuhn. Quick shot on net. Big save by the goalkeeper for the Muskegon team. Point blank, he just stoned that one out. A little bit of pressure here by the Michigan Shadow right out in front of the net. Got 4 men deep in there. They're going to have to cycle that puck around.
Bodies
broken up by
everywhere.
Zach Grover.
Be careful going out in front. He got away with that one. Whoa, with a blister. Wow.
Zach Grover went end to end for the Muskegon Voyagers and just buried that one high.
Boy, oh boy, he just, came all the way out from his own end, beat the 3-4 checkers in and just rolled right over the blue line and said, you know what, I'm just gonna tip the chandeliers on this, and wherever it lands, it's gonna land, and it landed over Ruggiero's shoulder.
That one went high over the glove side of Ruggiero, and suddenly the champs have a 2-1 lead here, the Voyagers.
Well, and some timely saves by Devin Lay for Muskegon. It keeps his team in there. And now he enjoys a 2-1 lead because of his solid goaltending so far.
We'll see what the Shadow has here. Quickly, they got the puck out in front. A nice play there. Oh, just wide of Lay. Pressure by the Michigan Shadow.
A lot of room in that neutral zone there. Well, waltzing over the line.
Vermeesh got that one.
Ouch.
Oh, there's a quick shot by the Michigan Shadow just inside the blue line.
Sometimes the defenseman, DeFay, they got hit with that shot, took exception to Vermeesh there, and kind of gave him a little shot in the back of the head up by that blue line.
Still pressure out in front. Devin Lay coming up with the save there as a little bit of pressure by the Michigan Shadow here after giving up 2 straight goals.
Boy, they just let LaRose, I don't know how he got so loose, just let him waltz right down the red carpet there in front of Lay, and Lay had to be really, really sharp on that stop.
Sam Gagnon taking the face-off for the Michigan Shadow on that one.
Watch the stretch pass. Oh, just missed him.
That one all the way down. Icing was waved off. Here comes the Shadow again.
Much quicker in transition. They had a forward that makes that Voyager team, the defense, back off you when you got a little more speed.
This one's dumped back around.
There's LaRose again.
LaRose going from left to right. Quick shot on net. Lay gobbles that one up with the glove. LaRose went from the far boards to the near boards. Both teams making player changes here.
And that's one thing, you got a team that's together for the first time. I mean, they had one game already. They're at home. Wanted to get the legs going, and I think you're seeing that now from the Shadow getting the legs going.
Here's a quick wrister. That one's out of play. Way up into the crowd.
Face-off's a big telltale sign here. Won again by the Shadow.
Adam Kuhn taking that face-off. Quick shot by the Shadow as they keep the pressure on the Voyagers. This will be Kuhn again. He'll take the face-off. He's got Dalton J at the point. This one's picked up by the Voyagers. Riley Pitcher gets that one out quickly. There's a quick wrister. The Ruggiero just throws that one out into the corner and says, take that. Another quick shot, stuffed in between the pads. We got some shoving right in front of the net.
Good concentration by Ruggiero. The first stop he made, and it was on a tough shot. Little right to left move, and then coming back across Ruggiero's body, kicked that to the side, and then he had his forechecker right in front of his face on that second stop and did not let a rebound, covered it up, and kept this game 2-1.
Michigan Shadow brings this puck, trying to get it into the Voyager end. It's cleared down into their corner behind their net. Quick move there by Giuliano. Giuliano looking to do a stuff and roll. Shadow still has possession. Quick shot there, blocked out in front of the net. That one's dished out in front. Nobody there, tipped off the glass. All the way down into the Shadow end.
Ruggiero forced to jump on that with the opposing player on his doorstep.
So some more pressure by the Michigan Shadow. Just couldn't stuff that one home. 2-1, Voyagers ahead here. 7:48 left to go here in the first period.
Man, that far side breakout has been there all day long for the Shadow. I don't know what's going on with the Voyagers defense on that side, but it's been an easy outlet.
Zukanich dumped that one in, worked around the board. He was way out in front of the net.
Good play.
Zukanich coming in there with the lumber.
Well, you got the hitting line out there now for the Shadow. The checking line, per se.
This one's all the way down to Devin Lay. Devin Lay just steers that one away, keeps it in play. Voyagers get that one blocked. This one's dumped back into the Michigan Shadow end. Cross center line, blocked by the Shadow and dumped back down into their end. Whisked around the boards, right into the near corner. This one's dished across. Ruggiero coming up with a save. Finally, the Shadow get it out of their end.
Big stop there on that one-timer by Ruggiero.
Ruggiero making a big save to keep this a one-goal game. Player change by the Shadow. Cody Oakes with a quick shot. He's throwing some body out there too.
Good reverse hit there by Oakes. He gets his puck back.
He keeps wheeling, looking for a backhander out in front. Toe saved by Devin Lay.
Oakes feeling some juice. He's been playing defense, and he's been very, very involved in the play. He's been stepping up into the offensive zone from his defensive position and had a couple great chances there.
So a face-off down into the Voyager end. Sam Gagnon. Shadow keeping the pressure on, pinching in the Voyager end, intercepted by the Voyagers. Right at center ice, breaking in. Belvich.
Oh, my.
And another
wow
goal by the Voyagers. Ruggiero almost another goal by the Voyagers.
What a beautiful stop there. He just absolutely put that glove out there, and just a great stop, point blank, by Ruggiero.
Ruggiero coming up big in the last two saves to keep this a 2-1 game with 5:40 left to go here in the first period. Cleared past center ice. Voyagers again bring that puck up quickly. Andrew Taylor with a shot. Gobbled up by Ruggiero. Big Bill, they call him around the neighborhood.
The Cat. The Cat. Big Bill the Cat. It's goaltending school, cat goaltending school here at Big Boy Arena.
This one's behind the net of Ruggiero, wrapped around the boards. Voyagers keep the puck in. Ryan Gamber threw that around the boards. Over on the far boards, the Shadow trying to just get that one over the blue line. Here comes Muskegon again. Quick wrist shot kicked out by Ruggiero.
And that play all transpired on that. Finally, they pinched the defense up on the far side, kept the puck in, and it led to a great scoring opportunity.
Michigan Shadow trying to get that puck back down into the Voyagers' end. Quick pass to the outside. Losing possession of that puck, and they do recover. Here comes the Michigan Shadow. Shadow. LaRose right on his back. Tried to backhand that one in. Just couldn't find a handle on that puck. In the neutral zone.
Well, felt the pressure on there. Good step up there by
Voyagers. Trying to slow the pace down here a bit and keep the puck down in the Shadow end. And there's a penalty right there.
Well, I didn't really have to do that. I think he felt that he was caught with the speed, with the speed that was shown by Belet, but it just didn't work out that way. No need to stick there, and again, you're going to sit 2 minutes of shame in the box.
So Will Healy will take that penalty, and they'll go to the power play. The Shadow will go to the power play here at 4:02 of the first period. This one out to the point. Shadow just looking to work that puck around. Arnott working it to the corner. He gets it again. Paul Arnott.
Looking for him on the back door. There he is.
Open right out in front. Just couldn't jam it home.
Arnott sliding down from his point position. Nice pass.
The big save by Lay there. Zukanovic.
They got numbers. They hurry.
2-on-2 if they get back here. Eating up some of that penalty time. Couple opportunities there by the Shadow. Just couldn't cash in on them. Minute 5 left to go here in the power play for the Michigan Shadow. 3:04 left in the first period. Around the boards, out in front. Couldn't get enough wood on that one. Composite or whatever he's using.
The old Sherwood composites now, Frank. Sherwood's in that business of composites.
I like the old Sherwood wood. Here comes Oates again. Cody Oates. Oh, nice opportunity for Cody Oates.
Oak's been coming in off that point all day long and catching those Voyager defenders flat-footed.
Got the Ron Duguay hairstyle. Hair flapping in the wind. You got to like that. Ryersay tried to get that puck.
Oaks had a chance to be up on that blue line to kind of keep it in, but he might be a little gassed here. He's spent a lot of time in the offensive zone. He's going for a change-up, but you got to really be careful coming up later in the game. You get a lot of energy first couple moments of the opening game, and you could burn yourself out here.
Both teams back at full strength as they killed off the 2-minute penalty, the tripping call against the Voyagers. Minute 48 left to go here in the first. Quick shot out in front, trying to tuck it home. There it is, they score! Ryersay, looks like Ryersay got that goal.
Yeah, he was standing there in the crease. It was bouncing around. I think he was the last one to touch it, just squeaked under the netminder Lay.
He kept on jamming. It was like putting 20 pounds in a 5-pound bag, but he got it in there.
He sure did. He was. He
The refs are talking on the far side, probably just clarifying that that was a goal. There was no whistle, and it is a goal.
Yeah, they were just wanting to see if it was frozen, but the puck was laying loose. We saw it up here that it was still laying loose, and it's a good thing for the referees to get together, Frank, and discuss that to make sure they get the call right.
Well, we got a 2-2 game here, minute 42 left to go here in the first period. Started all off with the Shadow scoring the first goal, then the Voyagers coming back with two, and as the power play burned out here, the Shadow scored at full strength to even it at 2.
Well, as I was mentioning a little earlier, you know, if you're a player and you're a home opener, it doesn't matter where you played, how much skill you have, where you played, what you played, when you played. That, you know, just waiting during the day for a 7 o'clock game, and you're trying to relax, but you're thinking about it and you're playing it over. You get to warm ups, and you can really exhaust a lot of energy, especially the first couple shifts. You're going full tilt, and before you know it, if these teams aren't careful, you know, end of the first period, it'll be sucking wind in the locker room.
This one's cleared down to the Muskegon ends. Wrapped around the boards, broken up by the Shadow, dumped back into the Muskegon end, and Lay will just freeze that one. Shot right on Devin Lay, and he just gobbled that up. Wasn't sure if he was going to keep that in play, but he held on to it.
Yeah, it looked like he had it trapped in the webbing of his glove for a half a second. By the time he could get it kind of loose enough to let it down, it was a little too late.
So a face-off down in the Voyager end here. This one's whisked around the back of the Muskegon net. Voyagers trying to take control, fight in the near side corner. This one's cleared out into the Shadow end. Cody Oakes looking to make another run.
That's what the Voyagers got to do, is get some bodies on them.
Paul Arnott just dished that one right out in front. Oh, that one went off the side of the net. Opportunity there for the Shadow. Some heavy checking along the boards here. Here comes the Shadow again. Dalton Jay just dished that one off. Nice move there. Dalton Jay.
That was a nice little play at the blue line by Jay to keep his composure there, keep his line mates on sides, and almost resulted in another scoring opportunity for the Shadow. And that's what I was mentioning, that, you know, you really don't have to crush your man, but when you got a transition and you got the Shadow with speed coming to the zone, you just got to get a little body on these guys. The Voyagers got to take the body more.
13 seconds left in the first period, down to 10.9. Shot on net. Lay makes that save.
Face-off's a big part of the game. It's easier when you win them. You don't have to chase the puck and tire yourself out, and I think the Shadow have the edge so far in face-offs. Another one.
There's a broken stick out on the ice. Oh. Nice check along the boards there. Looked like it was a sandwich there. Austin Graves not too happy about that.
Cooler heads prevail, and
so we close out the first period with a score of 2-2, Voyagers and the Shadow. Shadow scored the first goal, came out and scored a quick goal there after the Voyagers put some pressure on. That was a shorthanded goal by the Shadow. Voyagers come back with 2 goals, and then late in this period, the Shadow tied it up.
Hey guys, I want to thank B&R Sports here in the Troy area for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. Thank you guys for hooking us up top to bottom. We'll see you guys at our home opener. Huge shout out to Bauer Hockey, taking care of our guys. Helmet, visors, gloves, pants, sticks, you name it, they got it. Check them out, BauerHockey.com. Thank you, Big Boy Arena, for letting us call this amazing facility home. Rock on, Fraser. want to thank Global Synthetic for taking care of our Michigan Shadow this year, from the synthetic tiles you've sent us for the guys to be training on to all the other things you do in the community. Thank you from the Michigan Shadow. Huge shout out to Howie's Hockey Tape. One of these days I'll be good enough to get paid to play and they'll supply the tape. Until then, check out howieshockeytape.com for all your saucing needs. Thank you, Jog Athletics, for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. These threads are unbelievable. We'll see you guys this season on the ice. Huge shout out to Lakewind Photography for taking their time out of their day to take care of our program, all the local community stuff we've been doing, dealing with me full time, which I know is a full-time job by itself. Lakewind, huge shout out. Can't wait to see you guys shooting all of our games this year. Huge shout out to Rink Rat Body Wash for taking care of our Michigan Shadow in the locker room after the games. Smells unbelievable. It gets our guys clean. Check them out at Rink Rat. Thank you, Champions Health Club, for joining us in this adventure as we start our inaugural season for the Michigan Shadow. We'll see you at your gym here soon. One of my absolute favorite, top cheese. Stick wax, looks like cheese. This is my go-to scent. It's the original fresh linen, unbelievable. I actually put it in my stall as well, so I walk up and hang out. Oh, our fancy lights are turning off. When I walk in, I know my stall is going to be smelling unbelievable. I'm sitting on the bench or enjoying some penalty time in the box. This is what you want on your scent. Huge shout out to the Royal Oak Leprechauns. Thank you for having my captains and I out to throw the first pitch. Incredible experience for local Detroit areas. There goes our light fixture. Got to pay the bills, looks like. Check out Royal Oak Leprechauns, local, amazing baseball, bunch of D1 athletes heading off to play pro ball. Just thank you, Royal Oak, for taking care of us that night. Thank you, Noble Mark Financial, for sponsoring our Michigan Shadow this year. We're excited to see you at our home opener November 1st. Thank you, Pool Guys, for sponsoring us this season over at the Michigan Shadow. For those out there watching, check them out. They'll take care of everything. Install, maintenance, making your backyard beautiful. Pool Guys, we'll see you soon. Smoky Joe's, everybody's favorite party store to get the party started. Check them out, 16841 14 Mile and Garfield. We will see you there. Big banners hanging on the side of the building. Can't miss it, right across from the Fraser Fair. Huge shout out to Pegasus Awakening for hooking us up with their smelling salts. Did you guys know? Wow. We're crying now. We opened this container over 8 months ago. It's seen over 100 hockey games across multiple locker rooms. Unbelievable stuff. Check them out. Pegasus Awakening. My eyes, you can't tell right now, my eyes are watering.
All right, we're ready to go live? Back here live at Big Boy Arena in Fraser, Michigan, as the Michigan Shadow taking on the Muskegon Voyagers. 2-2 tie. We had some scoring in that first period there, Tommy.
Yeah, you know, first period action, a lot of turnovers, a little sloppy neutral zone play resulted in a few odd man rushes. And both teams capitalized on them, and I think they're going to look to clean up that a little bit here in the second period.
So our goal scorers were for the Shadow, Chad LaRose and Big James, Jimmy.
Chad's the first goal of Michigan Shadow history here, and it's fitting that the local hometown hero, Stanley Cup champ, scores it.
And James Ryersay got the second goal as he worked hard to get that second goal. The goal scorers for the Muskegon Voyagers were Zach Grover and Riley Pitcher.
You know, with Ryersay getting the, you know, it's kind of fitting. You know, you got the first goal by Chad LaRose, and then you got the owner with the second goal. So both guys can have something to talk about on the opening night here for the Michigan Shadow.
In other action in the MIHL over in Waterford, the Sharks are leading the Warhawks 8-2. You can tune that one in also here on Go Live Sportscast. Here we go, the start of the second period. Dumped down into the Muskegon end. They play in the corner. We got a whistle. Not sure what the whistle was, but it's coming back over.
High stick.
Well, we do
Chandler
have a
Rose
penalty.
going to the bench for a high stick, I believe. Yep, for sure. Got his elbows and stick up a little high. Whether it was I think it was inadvertent down there in the corner, but needless to say, I think he took a retaliation on top of that. But Chad gets called for the penalty, and he'll sit 2 minutes.
So LaRose at 19:47 goes off for 2 minutes. High sticking and power play time for the Voyagers. They work it around to the point. Quick shot on net and deflected out in front, and they capitalize quickly.
Boy, huge. 19 seconds in, fresh sheet of ice. Man standing in front. That was a play that was designed to go to that side so that front man can tip it in, and just like that, 3-2.
There it is, right in front of the net, just redirected. Ruggiero had no chance on that. He had no help in front of him, and they capitalized quickly on that power play.
Yeah, Gamber saw DeWitt sitting there, put it right to the side where he can make that nice, easy tip, and those are tough ones for any goalie to stop.
So the Shadow going to have to regroup here, down by 1 early into the second period. Chad LaRose had to do the walk of shame across the ice after that quick power play goal as he went off for 2 minutes. Shadow keep it pinched in. Baker, they call him Bakes. Working along the side there. Mike Baker playing defense for the Shadow. Played for the St. Clair Fighting Saints, many other teams. Oakland University graduate. Right over to Baker. Off-angle shot. Bakes takes a shot there that's just to the outside. Here's an opportunity by the Voyagers again, and he scores. Odd man rush. Dylan Smith for the Muskegon Voyagers. Capitalize on it as the Shadow just couldn't get back. I think he went 5-hole. Quickly here, minute and 15, 2 goals by the Voyagers, and they spread it open to 4-2.
You know, you go by that last shot, and that was really an ill-advised bad angle shot that the Shadow took, because what happened is that, you know, when you missed the net on there, he had his defenseman that was pinching down on that far post, and he tried firing a bad angle shot. It rimmed all the way around the boards and caught the Shadow in a change, and that's what happens when you miss the net.
Well, as you said, Baker was caught deep coming in on that shot. That puck quickly exited out, and the Voyagers capitalized on the odd man rush there. This one's dumped into the Voyagers' end. Giving chase and dump,
there.
looking for a whistle. Yeah, we got a delayed penalty coming up here right now against the Voyagers, still battling here in the corner, and the Voyagers do touch that puck. So all of a sudden, the Shadow will go on a power play here at 18:02 into the second period. 18:02 left here in the second period.
Big power play here for the Shadow. You still got some fresh ice, quick puck movement. Hopefully they can end up putting something past, get back in this game past Lay with a netminder for Muskegon.
Luke McKinnich will take that penalty for the Voyagers. If they can get the door open there, there's that mysterious penalty box. It's got a mind of its own.
I think you have to go to referee school to learn how to open penalty box doors, and maybe the official didn't ace that class.
Here we go. That one's
Ouch.
played over, looking for a delay of game there. They're going to get that call? Yeah, they are going to get that call. Quickly, a two-man advantage. That puck was just thrown over the boards and a delay of game penalty against the Muskegon Voyagers, and all of a sudden you got a two-man advantage.
Boy, and that's that's only 3 seconds off the drop, so you have a full two-man advantage for almost 2 minutes here, a minute 57, and that's the break the Shadow needed.
Right here, some debating going on. Luke McCarty right in front with the referees. I'm trying to tell him, no, it hit something. Referee pointing over to the far stand saying it cleared it. It cleared, didn't touch nothing.
I'm wondering if they're saying that the puck was not in their zone, that it went out in the neutral zone, and maybe that's what the argument was, that it didn't go out over the glass and in the own zone, it went in the neutral zone.
Yeah, it looked like a clean delay of game. It wasn't in the neutral zone. It was still in the Muskegon end. Big opportunity. Baker with the puck right now. This one's dished across. Cody Oakes. Here's an opportunity out in front. Gobbled up by Lay. Devin Lay just lays that big body over the puck.
Boy, and that was very... Lay didn't seem he knew where it was, except he just had to lay still.
Devin Lay just laid on his back and made the save.
Lay's made some big stops to keep the Voyagers with this lead here. Timely stops.
5-on-3 here for another minute, 38 seconds. The Shadow trying to keep that in. Voyagers doing a good PK time here. Pitcher just taking that puck all the way down. Here comes Oates, Cody Oates. You can hear him chat his name, Oates. Quick shot on net. Opportunity to rebound out in front. Lay makes 2 saves. Still 5-on-3. That puck's kept in. Dished over to the far side. Little tic-tac-toe. Oakes now with the puck. Trying to get some traffic out in front. Quick wrister right into the chest of Devin Lay. He gobbles that one up.
And that's a lesson for all of you beer league players out there. A lot of times you may want to try to attempt a one-timer on that cross-ice pass, and it takes a lot of practice and skill the NHLers have, and it's always best that even though he ran out of time, didn't one-timer, at least he gained control, got a good shot away, but Lay had a better save.
Still a two-man advantage here for 50 seconds left. The Shadow struggling to keep that puck down into the Voyagers' end. This one's whisked across the rink here. On the far side and the near side boards here, down to the point. Shadow working that puck around, looking for a quick one-timer. That it didn't happen there. Arnott just works it around the corner. Out in front, a little tic-tac-toe. LaRose got his stick on that, just not enough jalapeno on it. Need a little more heat on that one.
Yeah, it's just, man, it's easier to watch up here than when you're on the ice, but there's a big face-off again.
Put in an awkward situation there. That puck is offsides. Both players are going to have to get back onside. Blocked. Here's an opportunity, a 2-on-1. Quick wrister right into the chest protector of Lay.
You know, I mean, that's the point I was trying to make. Is it appears to me that they're a step slow. They're telegraphing, off-angle shots. The puck is not. It's just moving a little too slow. They're thinking about it a little too much, and it's giving Lay enough time to set up and score up to the shooters.
Billette will take this face-off for the Shadow. Couldn't be kept in by the Shadow. Time ticks away. 3 seconds on the first penalty, 4 on the last. Here's an opportunity again. Loose rebound, couldn't be banged home, and the Voyagers are back to full strength.
Big penalty kill there, big time of the game, and missed opportunity by the Shadow.
Here comes the Voyager working on a 2-on-1. Dished over.
Ruggiero big on that.
Looked like Ruggiero got that leg out to keep it a 2-goal game. Things getting a little chippy out here. Dumped down into the Voyagers' end. Pitcher trying to get that one blocked by the shadow there.
Well, you know, I don't know if there's any ESPN highlights making a little pass like that out of your own zone. I haven't really seen one.
Now the shadow just trying to get it out of their end. Muskegon pinching in. They steal a puck. 3-on-1 developing here. Ruggiero just little action right out in front. That's that pesky guy, Chris Hawkins.
Yeah, Pace gives Hawkins another. Waited till he was clear, stood over, and then just gave him a little extra shot to push him a little extra farther out of the crease.
You come in my front yard, you're going to pay. Get off of my ice. Here comes the shadow now. They're trying to get that over the center ice. Taken by the Voyagers. Little play in the neutral zone here. Back. Shot over. And they'll dump it down into the Voyagers' end. Cody Oakes just throwing his body around, giving it all here in this second and first period.
Here we go. A little bit shoving in front, and Pace steps in, and he wants a piece of somebody. Pace a couple, 1, 2, 3 shots, and
Joe Pace is not afraid of anybody, anything. He used that guy's face as a punching bag. Looks like Chris Hawkins. Here it is. No, it wasn't Chris Hawkins that got thrown down. It was Kevin
Belvich.
Got thrown down like a rag doll, but that's going to cost the shadow and penalties here. We'll see if he gets the instigator on this one.
That might be enough for a double rough, which would 4 minutes for roughing. We'll see what the refs call here. It's really tough when, you can get away maybe with one glove to the face, but if you put a 3 or 4 ones in there and then throw them down to the ice, it's really hard to say it's only a 2 minute, but we'll see. It's not my judgment. Refs are discussing it right now. And this is a big, really big, this could be a disaster here for the Shadow.
It's a big goal either way.
Yeah.
It could be 5-2 or it could be 4-3. So, you're going to stretch it to 3 goals. That's a real big mountain to climb here against the champions. Joe Pace is in the penalty box. Joe Pace, Joe Pace has actually played on 21 teams. I've got the list here. I think it was 21. He's been all over the place. Look.
He must know a lot of good restaurants around. That's the guy you want on, your Google reviews. He should start doing that also for restaurants.
Yeah, there you go. Every city he goes to, he gets to eat. And
I know of a good restaurant downriver, Frank, in the Trenton area.
You got it, man. You just sit that. There's Joe Pace's next career is reviewing in all these restaurants in Rockford and Winston-Salem and Richmond. He had quite a run here in Port Huron from 2015 to 2022. Then he wanted to get back down in Florida to Pensacola. So Joe Pace Jr. gets 5 minutes for bopping a guy in the face a few times.
Oh, boy, this is going to be he's not coming out of that box, so Muskegon is a fantastic opportunity, and that's not what they need here, a turnover.
Broken up by the Shadow. Ryerson getting physical and behind the net. He trying to kill this penalty off. Oates now with the puck. Cody Oates, here comes Oates around, backhander. Lay just put his paw out and made that save, going for another shorthanded opportunity.
Nice move by Oakes. He's been all over the ice tonight in a good way. He gets on the back check just now.
Muskegon sets up quick wrister there by Pitcher. Pitcher took a quick wrister and Ruggiero was up to it.
Voyagers have to be really careful also in this. And, it seems like 5 minutes you have a long time, so you kind of lollygag. You try to set up nice. You're taking your time. Before you know it, there's a minute left of a 5-minute power play, and you really haven't done anything. So they could get a little too lackadaisical out here if they're not careful. And I'm sure that that's not what Coach Dans is telling them to do. Put it on the net. Let's get a couple more goals here. Take advantage of this.
The Shadow trying to kill off this 5-minute penalty. Here they come.
Someone's got to step up on him. He's going 1-on-3. Then went hard to the net and got a shot on. What's going on there, fellas?
Odd man rush for the Shadow. Still 3:52 left to go here in the penalty to the Shadow as Joe Pace Jr. took that 5 minutes for fighting.
Kind of got to help him out there. Don't get caught. Pitchfork it out, and he does.
So this one's cleared over the blue line as the Voyagers are going to retreat here. Suddenly they have 3 guys crossing over the blue line. Chris Hawkins just backhands that one down behind the net. Again retrieved by the Voyagers. McKinnage.
Oh, you almost had him there. Good defensive play.
As they kill off this penalty, they've still got quite a bit of time to work here, the Shadow. 3 minutes to get this penalty over with.
So I said the Voyagers really haven't done anything. A couple nice moves, but they're just, now they only got 2:55 left. There's an errant pass that's going to be cleared easily, and another 30 seconds off the power play.
Broken up by the Shadow, dumped behind the net of the Voyagers. Lay just holds on to that puck as the Voyagers reset for this power play.
I don't like the 1-1-2 back here. Don't give up the, there you go, chipped it in.
Oh, Ruggiero, that was a knuckleball on him.
Easy clear, and
that one's cleared over the net.
It hit in the bench.
No call on that one.
Yeah, making it too, I don't like letting those teams come at you and gain that zone, even if you're shorthanded. Don't give up that blue line. Make them dump it in like they did. And Ruggiero had to handle that bouncer one, but it was an easy clear, and unfortunately caught it on a rolling puck. It shot it into the bench.
Taylor takes the face-off for the Voyagers.
Another big win.
Shadow trying to work that puck out of their end here on the power play. Dished out in front. Couldn't handle it. Voyagers still working that puck around.
Vermeesh with a really good tip play. There's a guy coming in on the back door. He read it and just tipped that errant pass.
Oh, shot right on net. Kicked off the net. Looks like that was Cody Oakes again. He is just working his tail off here today. Some big opportunities. He's talking to himself right there. Didn't get that puck up, left it on the ground.
Yeah, that was
that Cody? That was not Cody Oakes.
No, but that was a golden opportunity on that play, and Lay again, another big stop for the Voyagers.
Ryersay takes that for that face-off down in the Muskegon end.
I'll let him walk over the blue line again.
Broken up by the Shadow. Here comes Ryersay. That one's blocked by the Voyagers. Paul Arnott retreats that puck.
Ryerson with a strong game so far. A goal. He's been out there on a shorthanded. He's making a lineup and running a team. I'd say that's a pretty strong game so far. There's
another
trip
penalty
there
right
in the neutral zone. Yeah, LaRose going off. He laid a little heavy on the legs there in the neutral zone, and when you're moving your legs as an offensive player, you're not moving your legs as a defensive player. That's an easy call to make for the referee.
Well, they're going to be two-man down for at least a minute 28. Chad LaRose getting his second penalty of the game.
Joe asking the
Shadow got some work to do here down in their end as a face-off here of the second penalty. 10:36 mark here of the second period. We're at about the halfway point of this game. Muskegon Voyagers up 4-2.
Joe Pace getting the crowd over there, talking to him a little bit, having a little fun with the kids. Nothing else to do for 5 minutes, so might as well do some PR work for the team, eh?
There you go. Marketing from the penalty box. Voyagers a 5-on-3, kicked out by Ruggiero.
Good stop by Ruggiero.
Here's a shot inside the blue line, rebound loose, and they score. A big juicy rebound. Ruggiero made the first save. He had no chance. He was on his back to get the second one.
Well, Grover's second goal of the game there, and again, it just bounced right out to him, and Johnny on the spot there.
Yeah, it was just Ruggiero was on his side, and that nobody got that loose rebound except for the Voyagers. They stretched their lead to 5-2 here. Still time in the second penalty of 1:03 here, and it's 5-2.
Well, we'll see how the Shadow respond a little bit. Hopefully he can get past this minute 3. Escape from this and start playing a little more 5-on-5 hockey.
Voyagers still on the power play here for less than a minute.
You got to get up in a neutral zone. Have 4 guys backing up for a minute. Good read there.
Broken up by the Shadow. Dumped down into the Voyager end. Eating up some clock. That's what the Shadow want to do here. About 35 seconds left to go here in the second penalty. Still working around the boards. Quick player change by the Kuhn comes on for the Shadow.
Nice play there by
Voyagers just crossed the blue line. Here's pitcher. Looked like it was going to take a shot. He dished it over. Couldn't find the handle on that one, and this should burn off that power play.
Both teams at full strength. We'll see how the Shadow react now if they get some legs moving. Finally get their team out there instead of having a short-handed power guys out there the full last 5 minutes.
That was waved off, icing. The Voyagers were looking for an icing on that one. This one's broken up. Shadow just crossing the blue line, whisked it over. Baker coming in the tail end. Hopefully he'll stay out on the blue line. Player change by the Shadow as Paul Arnott back on the ice for the Shadow. Quick pass, they're trying to split it.
Oh.
Just didn't put the burners on there for. Here's an opportunity, a backhander, saved by Lay.
Couple close chances for the Shadow.
Ruggiero gets that one out quickly. Ryersay right out in front.
Man, he just waited too late. He had just a second. You see the guy, you see him open, give it to him. Wanted to make that perfect cross-ice pass to him on the doorstep. By that time, it was just a little too late.
Just looks like a step slow on these.
They're just telegraphing way too much. Want to make that perfect little pass instead of, I mean, if he would have given that puck a little earlier.
5-2, the Voyagers ahead here. 8:06 left to go here in the second period. Voyagers at the end of the first period took a 4-2 lead into the intermission and now has a 5-2 lead here with more than half of the second period over. The Shadow, plain and simple, the Shadow don't need to get the next goal. It just, you don't want things to get too out of hand that you're down 4 goals. I mean, it's not like you're playing a weak team here. You're playing the champs of the MIHL from last year, 4 out of 5 years. So,
and that is an advantage for one of the advantages for Muskegon League. We talked about in the pregame was, the camaraderie. They're already used to playing with each other, and it's just a matter of how do you handle the new guys that really haven't played that much together, especially against good competition. I mean, nothing against the Warhawks, but was one of the weaker teams in the league. That was the first game, and it could have been a false sense of security for the Shadow coming into this game, like they were going to be able just to waltz through it, and it hasn't been that way at all for them. A lot of hockey left, though. That's for sure.
So Sam Gagnon will take this faceoff for the Shadow. Voyagers dump that quickly down into the other end. Giving chase was Will Heels. Still battling along the boards, and we got another whistle here. It looks like that was an offside.
That's a good advantage that Oaks has coming out of his own zone. If you beat that third forechecker in, and you have a lot of bodies going the other way, odd man rush, and if he could just move that puck a little quicker off his backhand to have an odd man rush, but not the case. And here come the Shadow. Little misplay there.
Ryers say he has an opportunity out in front. Score! A little sloppy play. Nobody wanted the puck, so Chad LaRose took it and tucked it home. Here it is. See, James Ryers say digging for it, loose puck out in front, and LaRose just buried it. That gets the Shadow one goal closer here, making it 5-3. That's the second goal today by LaRose. One in the first period, and the number 3 goal for 5-3. That came at the 7-minute and 32-second of the second period.
I'm taking a look at it. It may have bounced off Gannon, that last goal. We're not sure. We'll find the official one. Nonetheless, it's 5-3. Big goal, timely. Still a lot of time in this game left. Gave the crowd a little boost of energy. And
was that LaRose or Gagnon?
I think they were looking for it. It might have bounced off Gannon, but we'll get the official in a moment.
Shadow trying to keep some momentum going. Here's a 2-on-1.
Good play by Oaks there. That was a stellar play. He pinched at him at the blue line, made that winger make it a little extra move, and drew the other one off sides. Beautiful textbook defensive play by Oaks. Fantastic play.
That looked like that was going to be a big opportunity for the Voyagers after the Shadow just got another goal and pull this within 2.
Yeah, Frank, the official goal was Gannon.
Let's redo that one, take it away from Chad LaRose, and
Chad doesn't need any more kudos. He's got a Stanley Cup.
There you go. Voyagers break it out.
Back in behind the play.
Looks like it's going to be a penalty against Muskegon. Number 51. He's not too happy about it. Alex Cass. He went to the wrong penalty box. Either one stinks, so what's the difference?
Yeah. Well, he saw his own fans behind him. He, gets cheered over there, but now he gets stuff thrown at him on the other side.
So back on the power play for the Shadow. Let's see what they've got going here. A 5-on-4.
Yeah, it's a huge power play.
Right inside the point here. Quick one-timer.
Again, I don't know if that's, not trying to be hard on these guys, but that's a easy stop for the netminder from there. Have very little net to shoot at, and maybe bring it down. Try to back out in front again. I know you want to get some pucks to the net, but Milan's big body there stopped that Voyager in his tracks.
Here comes the Shadow working around behind the net, trying to dig that one out, back out to the point. They keep it in. Working that puck around, an easy shot of wrister.
What was that all about?
Not a lot of traffic in front of the net so far yet.
Oh, sorry, that's the owner of the team, but I guess he can shoot whenever he wants to, but you may want to have that back. I know he wants to put it on, get a rebound, slap it in the net, but got a power play. Let's get some,
move that puck around here, an opportunity to get some bodies in front of the net here. Cycling that puck around here. Here's Oates.
Get in closer to the net on that far side. It's too far out.
Cody Oakes.
Yeah, tighten, nice play.
No!
There it is.
That
hit the post.
Hit the inside post and came out. Big chance there for the Shadow. Here's another one. Kicked out by the pad. Loose puck as they battle out front there.
Beautiful movement by the Shadow on that power play. Just bringing those guys in from the point. And that's what you want to do instead of those wide-angle one-timer shots. Move that puck around.
Lay making a couple of saves there, keeping the Shadow off the scoreboard during this power play.
Boy, he's been big when you need him.
There's a shot, he scores! Lay couldn't find it. The puck laid there like a dead mouse, and they tucked it home.
Big goal, exactly what they needed.
They capitalize on the power play. Here it is.
Another big face-off one. And Lay just lost that in the bodies, couldn't see it. His defenseman didn't help him out. One man took the wrong guy, and they looked at each other, and before they knew it, the puck was in the back of the net.
So they pull within one after being down 5-2. We kept on talking how the next goal, which way it goes, and they've got two more. We've got a game here, 5-4, 5:17 left to go. The referee takes a dump right there. He's all right. You can feel the energy right now from the Shadow as they're back in this game.
Zulkinich right now, he's the big man out there, just getting a piece of everybody. He's feeling in it, get some energy going.
Big number 72 flying on the right wing. Chasing down, they sandwich a Muskegon player down and behind the net of the Muskegon goalie. Quickly, Muskegon dumps that down into the Shadow end.
Osentowski looked like he's kind of limping a little bit.
Shadow just lost possession on a weak pass. Just trying to clear the zone. They do, they get that on the other side of the blue line, and the Shadow take possession of the puck. 4:22 left to go here in the second period. Shadow have created some momentum for their team here. Another shot, Ruggiero, point blank, kicks that one out. Quick player changes off of the bench for the Shadow.
A little extracurricular activity in front of the Shadow bench.
Little traffic jam as the Shadow keep the pressure on behind Lay there in the Muskegon end. They'll keep possession of that puck. Baker.
Whoa.
That's Dalton J that took that shot. Nice off-angle shot. Opportunity. Oh, just to the outside. They're buzzing around the net there.
Shadow feeling it.
Mike Baker with a shot from the point. Shadow keep the pressure on. Just trying to get that puck out of their end. Milam now.
Trying to get some flow going.
Here's Milam.
Oh, just
goes cross ice and just couldn't connect there.
Good pass. Nice play.
Oh, that looked like that got a pole right there a hack, a whack, and a take
laying
that.
around, bodies everywhere. Where is that? Does the goalie have, does Lay have it, or no, is laying under the, they're saying he put a penalty shot on that, gloving the puck in the crease.
Big opportunity by the Shadow as they keep the pressure on here. 3:06 left to go here in the second period. We got a one-goal game.
Shadow finally pressing a little bit, getting a couple breaks, and crowd's back in it. Arena's buzzing.
Cody Oates so out there on the point.
Gannon's been good on face-offs all night, and the Shadow have won a majority of them. Let's see what happens here. There it is again.
Oates pinching in, trying to keep that puck in. He doesn't. The Voyagers coming quickly. This is dumped down into the Shadow end. Oates
Nice
puts
play.
on the brakes.
Settle it down. Good outlet.
Little dipsy doodle in front of the net there, trying to cut inside. Quick wrister above the head of Lay. Played off the glass. Muskegon retreating here. Here comes the Shadow again. Backhander by Oates.
Nice play by Cody Oakes again. He's been buzzing all game. It's been all over the ice from his defensive position.
Shadow now quickly get this puck up moving.
Oh, why?
This one's played back still. The Shadow have possession of the puck. LaRose moves that one. Nobody there in front. Catch up to that puck that went cross crease.
They got numbers.
Here comes the Voyagers. A good hop for the Shadow right there, just over the stick. Trying to catch up to that was Dylan Smith for the Voyagers. Voyagers take a shot. Ruggiero turns that one away just out into the corner. Muskegon now putting on some pressure, rotating that puck. They need to clear that out, the Shadow. There's a big bump right in front of the net. Two big guys in front of Ruggiero. This one's out in front. Blocked away, back into the corner, and this one is off into the crowd here.
They said it was deflected, and are they going to give him a penalty delay a game? Yep, didn't hit anything on the way out.
So the Voyagers, Vermeesh will take that penalty.
So Vermeesh, yeah, he's had a...
It's not what Josh had planned.
Nope, that's for sure. Inopportune time right now, a minute to go in the second period.
Need to kill off this penalty, the Shadow. Ruggiero gets a piece of that. Clear this puck out and eat this clock up and go in down by one goal. Good hard work there by the Shadow. Shadow just working that puck around. Oh! Short-handed opportunity right out in front of the net. Giuliano is buzzing out there right now as he's working hard, killing this penalty.
It's good. You want to put some offense in. It's a good penalty kill the last minute, but you can't get caught. Got to be careful when you're pressing like that.
Good shift by Jonathan Giuliano there to eat up some clock, put some pressure on the Voyagers.
Good play by Bornholm on there. He read that play in the neutral zone and got all the way down the ice. Another good play at the blue line here. He's up against the boards.
Just milking that clock like a cow. This one's back down behind the Voyagers' net. Still working out. Dished out in front. Nobody home there for the Shadow. So it looks like this is going to end this period. So they come back into the third period. Still 42 seconds left to go in the penalty to kill off for the Shadow. But they get 2 goals to get closer to the Voyagers with a 5-4 lead. The goal scorers on the Voyager goals
very big for the Shadow coming back.
Both goals we don't have the official scoring yet on both goals by the Shadow, but Ruggiero kept them in there on a couple of big saves. This could be a 6-4 game right now. We'll be back right after this intermission here on Go Live Sportscast. You're watching the Michigan Shadow.
Hey guys, I want to thank B&R Sports here in the Troy area for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. Thank you guys for hooking us up top to bottom. We'll see you guys at our home opener. Huge shout out to Bauer Hockey, taking care of our guys. Helmet, visors, gloves, pants, sticks, you name it, they got it. Check them out, BauerHockey.com. Thank you, Big Boy Arena, for letting us call this amazing facility home. Rock on, Fraser. I want to thank Global Synthetic for taking care of our Michigan Shadow this year, from the synthetic towels you've sent us for the guys to be training on, to all the other things you do in the community. Thank you from the Michigan Shadow. Huge shout out to Howie's Hockey Tape. One of these days I'll be good enough to get paid to play and they'll supply the tape. Until then, check out howieshockeytape.com for all your saucing needs. Thank you, Jog Athletics, for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. These threads are unbelievable. We'll see you guys this season on the ice. Huge shout out to Lakeland Photography for taking their time out of their day to take care of our program, all the local community stuff we've been doing, dealing with me full time, which I know is a full-time job by itself. Lakeland, huge shout out. Can't wait to see you guys shooting all of our games this year. Huge shout out to Rink Rat Body Wash for taking care of our Michigan Shadow in the locker room after the games. Smells unbelievable, gets our guys clean. Check him out at Rink Rat. Thank you, Champions Health Club, for joining us in this adventure as we start our inaugural season for the Michigan Shadow. We'll see you at your gym here soon. One of my absolute favorite, top cheese. Stick wax, looks like cheese. This is my go-to scent. It's the original fresh linen, unbelievable. I actually put it in my stall as well, so I walk up and hang out. Oh, our fancy lights are turning off. When I walk in, I know my stall is going to be smelling unbelievable. I'm sitting on the bench or enjoying some penalty time in the box. This is what you want on your set. Huge shout out to the Royal Oak Leprechauns. Thank you for having my captains and I out to throw the first pitch. Incredible experience for local Detroit areas. There goes our light fixture. Gotta pay the bills, looks like. Check out Royal Oak Leprechauns, local, amazing baseball, bunch of D1 athletes heading off to play pro ball. Just thank you, Royal Oak, for taking care of us that night. Thank you, Noble Mark Financial, for sponsoring our Michigan Shadow this year. We're excited to see you at our home opener November 1st. Thank you, Pool Guys, for sponsoring us this season over at the Michigan Shadow. For those out there watching, check them out. They'll take care of everything. Install, maintenance, making your backyard beautiful. Pool Guys, we'll see you soon. Smoky Joe's, everybody's favorite party store to get the party started. Check them out, 16841 14 Mile and Garfield. We will see you there. The big banners hanging on the side of the building. Can't miss it, right across from the Fraser Fair. Huge shout out to Pegasus Awakening for hooking us up with their smelling salts. As you guys know, wow, we're crying now. We opened this container over 8 months ago. It's seen over 100 hockey games across multiple locker rooms. Unbelievable stuff. Check them out. Check them out. Pegasus Awakening. My eyes, you can't tell right now, my eyes are water.
Yeah. Back here live at Big Boy Arena, I am Frank Mazzola along with Tommy Morris. Tommy, we head into the third period with a Voyager lead of 5-4. It's going to be an exciting third period.
Yeah, I tell you what, the Shadow lucky to escape only being 1 goal down going into the third. You know, a few inadvertent penalties. You know, when you get penalties, especially the length that they were, they had a 5-minute 5-minute there, then another one that, you know, resulted in a 2-man short for another 2 minutes. And when you have your penalty killers on the ice all the time, it starts to interrupt that flow. You know, guys start getting cold on the bench because you got your penalty kill unit out there, and that flow just doesn't happen naturally. It takes a little while, and it did take them a while. When the penalties were done, they were come back and get 2 goals to make it a 1-goal game going into the third here.
So let's talk about Big Boy Arena. Bud's done a heck of a job here. Looks like the kids are having fun here. It's just good fun family hockey here. Yeah,
Bud Kowalski's been running the arena for quite a long time here, and he's done a lot of good things in the community and through the teams that are here through the Big Boy program. And again, this is what you see today, a really good turnout here for the Shadow.
Looks like they've done some improvements here in the arena over the last few years, so that's good, and it's good to see families here enjoying, you know, the new team here in town.
Well, you know, this is a private ice facility here. It's been here forever, and you have a lot of players, I mean, you know, on the teams here that have already played around in this arena many a times for the programs here. I mean, Chad LaRose is one of them, and, you know, they keep coming back. It is a lot of community people in here, and you know, some people, hey, it's a old barn with character, and everybody has plenty of stories with family and friends to talk about this arena here.
A lot of history in this arena. Good to see a good local team back here as we head into the third period. James Ryersay has done a heck of a job building this team. Last year he played on Alpina's team. He came back here, back locally, and has been building this team, trying to bring a good family entertainment hockey game here in the Detroit area.
Well, this is going to be a very telltale sign here. Again, the Shadow find themselves 42 seconds on the short. And again, they need to get out of this penalty so they can get back into the flow and maybe pump in a couple goals past the netminder for Muskegon, Devin Lay, who's been really spectacular and made some really large stops at key points in this game.
So it looks like James Ryersay is going to take this face-off here.
Your best penalty killer, they say, is your netminder, and Bill Ruggiero. He's been very, very good at times. The team has left him out to dry a couple times, and I'm looking for a big third period from Cat Eye.
So Ryersay takes the puck, trying to kill off this penalty. He gets pickpocketed. Pinching at center line as taken into the Muskegon end, just trying to eat up the remaining seconds of this penalty. Muskegon now retreats. They gain possession of the puck, moving it forward as they set up. Wingers moving right to left.
Don't let them walk over the blue line like that.
And they did. Poked it away. It's on the boards. Battle wrapped around the boards, wrapped around Ruggiero. Ruggiero still in net. Quick wrister. Ruggiero just got his forearm. Saved that one off to the side. Keeping it 5-4 here. Ruggiero. Here's an opportunity again by Muskegon. Quick wrister. That one goes over the head of Ruggiero and over the blue line. Both teams back at full strength. Little 5-on-5 hockey here. 18:56 to go here in the third period.
Quick changes is going to be the name of the game here. Might have some heavy legs going halfway through this period.
Ryersay carrying that puck over the blue line.
So it's going to be interesting to see how the Shadow, with the last change, match up against the Voyager here. And face-offs again a key. Shadow have been very good at the face-offs today and the dot.
Quick face-off. Muskegon wraps that one behind the net. Still battling for it. Behind Devin Lay, the goalkeeper for the Muskegon Voyagers. Taken by the Shadow out to the point. Arnott whisks that over to Oakes. He takes a wrister, and that one's deflected over the glass.
Yeah, it looks like Cody Oakes looked like he was going for the cross-ice pass, and the puck rolled on him at the last moment, and he had no choice but to really put it on the netminder there, hope for a rebound.
Face off down in the Muskegon end. Both teams battle behind the Voyager goalkeeper. Broken up by the Shadow, kept in. A wraparound from behind the net taken by Muskegon. They'll settle things down. Muskegon now. They'll pass that one back. Zach Glover.
Grover with 2 goals today.
Ruggiero out of the net. He whisks that around the boards.
Good play by Ruggiero to read that and help his defense out there, keep that puck moving forward.
Here come the Voyagers again, broken up by the Shadow. Over on the far boards, here comes
Pilet. Gets a
nice move.
Oh,
he gets dumped into the boards. Big hit there. Another big hit. Number 72, Zukanic, throwing around his weight there. Zach, they sent him out there to stir things up, and that's what he's doing.
Boy, nice pass to Oakes to Oakes saw his man Baker pop it in on that point, and beautiful little play there. Almost resulted in a goal. They had to be sharp on that.
Quick shot from the point by the Shadow. Here's a 2-on-1 developing. Shadow trying to get back. Ruggiero right into the gut. Comes up big. Keeps his team down by 1 only.
Good thing he held on to that. It's kind of an easy save, but those things, you never know. They just bounce on you, hit your pad, and had a streaking player coming in on him quick.
Voyagers tried to dish that back inside the blue line. That one got away from them.
Got to put some pressure on. There's a lot of water in this corner right here. Still hasn't dried. I've seen the puck stick a couple times.
Oh, quick pass from the corner, and they scored. They caught the Voyagers sleeping on that one. Beautiful pass. It was broken up. You'll see it wrapped around the boards here, dished out in front, and they score.
That little rolling puck on that wet spot just bounced up, stuck. Good read on that far wing.
You could see the Shadow had something brewing. They were working hard here, keeping it close, and finally they get a break here and tie this game up 5-5 at the 16:40 mark of the third period. Looks like the Shadow's got a little bit of jump. Here's an opportunity again, right into the chest of Lay.
Boy, Lay looked behind him off that blocker, almost snuck in on a hole there.
Well, the Shadow have come out with a little bit of jump in their step, tying this game after being down 5-2 in the second period. The crowd is coming to life here at Big Boy Arena and loving it. Muskegon. The Voyagers just trying to get that puck forward right now. A lot of pressure by the Shadow. This one in the neutral zone.
Got to play tough up there.
Dump back into the Voyagers' end. Big hit down there. Still possession by the Shadow as they keep the pressure on. Trying to get that out in front. There it is. Wrap around, nothing there. Couldn't blocked off to the outside. Good work by Oakes. He's really working his tail off down there for the Shadow.
Got the late man coming.
Oh, Ruggiero! Kicked out the leg. A big save by Ruggiero there as Muskegon keeps the pressure on. Quick shot, and Ruggiero gobbles that one up.
So Ryerson in that offensive zone, creating a lot of havoc. And in between, Oaks pitching in from his point and a couple good scoring chances. And that's what the Shadow need to be jumping and press the Voyager deep in their zone to get it down there.
Shadows from behind their net quickly break out. This puck is dumped into the Voyagers' end. Voyagers having a hard time handling that puck. Finally, they break out over the blue line. 3-on-2 developing. Quick over. Oh, a backhander.
Yeah,
that looked like it was going to be passed over across, and they just went over above Ruggiero, above his shoulder, and quickly they take the lead back, 6-5.
Well, it's one thing when you get, that play developed from, it developed in the Voyagers zone, and Giuliano had just missed. They were playing 3 players back. Giuliano just missed that pass going on the side in front of us, and he kind of put his head to the ceiling like, oh, I just missed that, but inadvertently he gave up a 3-on-2. The guy skated right by him and put the puck in the net on the other side.
Here comes Oaks. Little pushing and shoving in front of the goalkeeper. A quick shot on Devin Lay. He gobbled that one up.
Zulkavich out there to stir little things up, maybe get a bounce goal on the crease.
The odd man rushes against the Shadow. Oh, he scores!
Big shot.
A loose puck. Rotundi just buried it. Coming on the replay right now. Looked like nothing was going to happen there. And Rotundi just buried it. Number 73, the forward, ties it up right away. We're back at 6-6, 14:50 left to go here in the third period.
Huge comeback, huge answer right there.
If you're just tuning in to Go Live Sportscast, we got a dandy going on here tonight from Big Boy Arena. Here comes Oaks. Oaks just mixing and moving that. Looks like the Shadow is working real hard right now, keeping the pressure down in the Voyagers' end. Finally, the Voyagers recover, trying to move that puck forward. Broken up again. Here comes, tried to pass it out in front. Paul Arnott had a good plan there, just couldn't make it work. The Voyagers a little bit back on their heels right now.
Oaks, nice move. Look out.
Oh, he lost his bucket on that one.
His helmet popped off. What was that? So is that why they called it? Or chin strap hit to the head?
Let that hair flow, Cody.
Said he hit.
It's got too much hair in there. That bucket got loose.
Riley Pachur kind of said, hey, listen, I thought I hit him with my arm. He rolled into me, and it doesn't matter. Once that bucket comes off and you kind of throw your head back.
So Muskegon goes to the short bench. They get a 2-minute penalty.
That's right.
Big opportunity here for the Shadow. Capitalize on this.
Good shot selection is going to be the key here. And that's not one of them.
Quickly, the Muskegon Voyagers dump that back down into the Shadow end. There's a charge by the Shadow. Rotundi again had that puck A lot of pressure out in front, loose on the near side boards. Whisked over on the blue line.
Good look.
As they set up right now.
Yeah, it's a killer there. You got to hit the net, and you cleared your own zone. Cleared your own worst penalty killer. Nice little play there.
Quick shot on Lay. Lay came up big there. Still a power play for 1:06 left to go. Ruggiero out of the net trying to get some magic going.
Icing? Nope.
This one's cleared back into the shadow end. Cody Oakes will take this puck.
There's a guy that's crossing and trying to get some speed up through the neutral zone, but
Shadow try to set up. There's going to be another penalty. This might be a penalty shot. No.
Going harder than that, got his feet taken out from him, and just like that, 2 men short.
So here it is on the replay. Looks like he's going to go off for a, not sure if it was, yeah, he's going off. He's got some words over there on the penalty box.
Well, DeWitt, you know, he just took a swing for one last hope and took everybody out, including the netminder.
So another 2-man advantage for the Shadow. With a 6-6 tie, 12:26 to go. There'll be a 2-man advantage for 37 seconds.
They got some time. Move this puck around.
Baker over on the point.
There you go. Collapse him in deeper.
Oakes.
Oh.
Baker taking a shot. That one's blocked. There's a big
wow,
save.
What a glove.
Big save there. That was Chad LaRose who took that shot. The one-timer.
They need to get it close, Baker.
Baker. Quick wrister. That one's blocked out in front.
I don't like those shots there. You got some time. Quick move it. 2 men got to get another quick shot off. Come on, right now.
There it is. Oh,
there it is.
He scores!
There it is.
Giuliano gets that one. You hear it. You heard it hit the metal, but it went in. They take advantage of the power play.
That was beautiful. Now they still have. That was excellent. Read him right up the middle, walked right down the lane. Good shot. Men in front. Goal.
Jonathan Giuliano just buried it down the middle in the slot, and they got a 7-6 lead, home team. The crowd is loving it here at the Big Boy Arena.
Big goal. That, 4 seconds left in that 2-man advantage, and now they still have another minute 26 on a power play.
Suddenly the Shadow have come to life here. Here's another opportunity. That was broken up by the Voyagers.
The crowds of the Voyagers are yelling that was offsides. That was close, but play goes on.
Still on the power play for just over a minute. Voyagers doing a good job of eating up some clock, dumping that down into the Shadow end.
Take your time going up. Get the line. Far side.
This one back to Oakes.
There go set it up. Play a little catch. If you don't have the shot, don't take it. Don't force it.
Nice play right there. That one's blocked out in front. Good setup there by the Shadow. Looking for the wraparound. That one's deflected to the outside. Cody Oakes having a heck of a game. Winding down the seconds here in the power play before both teams are back at full strength, as the power play for the Shadow, 7 seconds. Oakes making a run down there. He just wraps it around the boards. Both teams back at full strength, still working the shadow. 10-17 left to go here in the third period, Tommy.
So good turnaround for the Shadow. They battle back, take advantage of their turn on the power play. We have a short TV timeout if you want to go to break.
We'll take a quick break here on Go Live Sportscast. Back here on Go Live Sportscast. The Shadow getting the crowd pumped up right now.
And they have something to get pumped up about. Coming back, 7-6 lead now. Let's see if they can tighten up the defense here.
Keeping the pressure down in the Voyagers' end. Just got to be careful you don't get any odd man rushes against you. Oh, there's one right there, just to the outside of Ruggiero. Player gets worked over there.
It got bounced around a little bit.
Not that Bill needs any protection, but he's got some.
And DeFay on the bottom of that, and he got his face mask got a little adjusted on that, and
gave him a hack and a whack and said, take that.
Yeah. It's not fun to be on the bottom of that pile, that's for sure.
Big Joe Pace out there throwing the weight around.
And that's one of the things they have to be careful of.
You don't want to take any stupid penalties.
No, that's
here
for sure. That's
with a
for sure.
one-goal lead
Right
here.
on. And I know the refs are probably looking to do maybe you don't never say the refs don't say, oh, we don't do any even up, but sometimes one of them will count just a little bit.
Face off down in the Shadow end. That's blocked. Fraser tried to get that one out. Shadow recover, going to play a little tic-tac-toe with the puck right now. This one's dumped down into the Voyager end. That's going to be an icing.
Gannon kind of, I don't know if he got hit with the puck. Sometimes, if you get a good
got a Getty in his get-up.
Boy, you get a good hit, even if it's a pass, it hits you in the right spot on that foot, and ouch.
Here's a quick opportunity. Bill Ruggiero going, digging that puck out right there.
That was right off the face off a planned play. That was a beautiful little play there. And McCarthy almost waltzed right through.
9:31 left to go here in the third period. The Shadow leading the Voyagers right now 7-6. Face off down in the Shadow end. This one's cleared off the glass back into the Voyagers end. Giving chase, Mike Baker. Bakes tries to get this one out. They do. Little 2-on-2 hockey here. Dump behind Lay.
Oh.
Collision there, too. Here comes the Voyagers.
They got numbers.
3-on-2.
Oh, put them off sides.
Good defensive play there.
That was beautiful. He stepped up again at the last minute.
Milam stopping that right there. That little delay on D there for.
Well, it's a veteran move. He's been around a little bit, and he can afford, just even though when anybody slows down a little bit, they can afford to use that mentality and been playing a lot of years in that position to make those plays.
Voyagers now with the puck. They wrap it around the net, trying to pooch that one out. Broken up, dumped back in their end. Giving chase behind the Voyagers net. Good play there. Broken up still. The Shadow putting the pressure on down in the Voyagers end. Rotate that around the boards. Voyagers are going to slow things down behind their net. Try to get this puck out moving forward. Right at center line. That one hits a seam in the board, comes back, a weird bounce. Little battle down the corner. Chris Hawkins. Shot on net, never gets to Ruggiero, broken up by the Shadow. Here comes the Shadow. Little dipsy doodle out in the middle. Oh, that puck is deflected just over to the outside of Lay. Still the Shadow moving the puck around. Pilette doing some work down at that end.
Just got that out. A couple of the players on the Voyagers are tired. They've been out there a while.
Oh, shot by Pilette. He had another opportunity. Here's Oakes. Oakes takes a shot. Good pressure right now by the Shadow. Moving that puck around. They fighting with Zukanic. I like that strategy. Put the big guy in front of the net. Let him do his work. Put him in his office. Seen him right there. Zach Zukanic.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, right?
Hey, whatever it takes. Put
That's
a
right.
brick wall there.
Got a wide body there. Hard to move.
He's hacking at the stick there. Nice play there. Oh, good play there. Good pass right out in front. Still kept in. Here's Oakes. He takes a shot just to the outside. Shadow keep it in. Trying to rotate that puck around. Good dump pass down into the corner. Pilette put some pressure on there. Still some fumble and bumble there. Finally, the Voyagers get it out.
A lot of time spent in that offensive zone for the Shadow. Time of possession is starting to take its toll here against the Voyagers. They look a little slower.
Voyagers got some jump here in the third period, coming back and taking the lead. This one's dumped ahead. Down in the Shadow end. Ryersay, he takes that puck, rotates it back. Shadow moving the puck up. This one's dished out in front of the net. Nobody at home there for the Shadow. Good defensive play right at the center line. Taken by the Shadow.
Nice pass.
Moving the puck around the back of the net. Trying to hit Ryersay. He couldn't find the handle on that puck.
Again, a pretty little play behind that net there. A little in between the pass, in between his legs. Almost got that through.
Nice puck movement by the Shadow.
Oh, big heavy shot by Milam.
Milam putting it on net. Shadow still buzzing here, keeping that puck in. Even when it comes by over the blue line, they get possession. Milam. Broken up by Muskegon right at the center line. Here come the Voyagers. Quick dipsy doodle move with a backhander that goes nowhere around Ruggiero. Quick player changes by both teams here. 5 minutes to go in the third period. 7-6 the Shadow over the Voyagers.
Milam out there, the veteran again on defense, out there again. Probably see him a couple more times before the end of this night.
Good play as the Voyagers have found their skates here. Here's a 3-on-1 developing. Oh, good break up there by the Shadow as Oakes was pedaling backwards. He broke up that big opportunity by the Voyagers.
Escaped that one. They had 3-on-1 and a trailer coming in before Oakes broke that up.
So Oakes is going to take his time and set up behind Ruggiero.
There it is.
This one's dumped down behind the net keeper of Muskegon. Still pressure by the Shadow. This one goes past center ice. Oakes takes a whack at it.
Right off the ref.
quick wrister there. Nobody at home in the slot for the Shadow. Big hit by Arnott. Ringing some bells as the Lumber's coming from the Shadow. Here comes the Voyagers. This one's wrapped around the boards behind the net. Again, the Shadow keep possession of that puck. The crowd now chanting, "Let's go Shadow."
That far side's been open all day on the breakout for the Shadow.
Vermeesh dishes that one out. Broken up by Muskegon. Muskegon pinching in a little bit. They keep it inside the blue line. This one out in front, brushed off to the side. This one's wrapped around the boards and cleared out. The icing is waved off on this one. Good hustle there by Ryersay. Ryersay just working out behind that boards, trying to keep that puck in. Here comes Muskegon again. Quick shot. Looks like Ruggiero got a shoulder on that one.
Yeah, Ruggiero's got to be a little bit pay attention a little more right now. The Shadow, it's been their period so far. They've been spending a lot of offensive time in the zone, and you get a little cold back there for a little bit, and might lose angles. But he's a battler. He's a veteran goalie, and I'm sure he'll hang on. 2:33 left here in the third.
So Dylan Smith took that shot for the Voyagers. You just don't want to get caught sleeping here with a 1-goal lead. 2:33 left to go in the third period.
We got a timeout, Voyagers.
We'll take a quick break here on Go Live Sportscast and be right back. Back here at Big Boy Arena in Fraser, Michigan. 2:33 to go here in the third period. The Shadow have a lead over the defending champs as the Shadow playing their first home game here. Coming back after being down 5-2, taking the lead here early in the third period and trying to hold off the Muskegon Voyagers.
It's a big test right here these last couple minutes for the Shadow against the defending champ Voyagers.
This one all the way down. Here's an opportunity right out in front. Oh, he got stoned. Kuhn.
Wow.
Kuhn, point blank, had an open net. Just needed to get that puck up. As Adam Kuhn wants a second opportunity right there.
Well, McKinch for the Voyagers tried to get a little pretty. He wanted to do a reverse hit. Missed his man, left the puck there, and Kuhn was able to walk right up the middle, narrowly avoid a disaster here if you're a Voyager fan.
So the big line is out there for the Shadow. The Grinders line. They're working hard. Some big bodies out there.
Oh, McKinch took a run at the big Z.
Zukanich, number 72. He's going to go off for a quick player change. Chad LaRose back on for him. Finesse for strength. The trade-off. Quick shot out in front, just threw it out there looking for somebody in the slot. Here comes opportunity. Score!
Oh, look at that.
Chad LaRose. He had a couple of penalties early, but he's redeemed himself here. It's 7-8-6 now.
A veteran move.
Here it is right here on the replay. Just buried it in the corner.
Beautiful, beautiful move. Made it look smooth and easy, and then he's not going to miss from there.
So the Shadow have a little bit of breathing room with 1:30 left. Winning 8-6 here.
Voyagers got to get the goalie out of the net. Got to get laid on the bench somehow quickly. Push that puck forward, and there it is, but not quick quick enough. Get on it.
This one's dumped into the Voyagers' end. Minute 20 left here. This one's kept in. Good move there. Nothing's going to be called now this late in the game. Quick backhander there right out in front of the slot. He got stopped right there. Looking to stretch it to 3 goals as it's 8-6 right now.
It wasn't Giuliano, it was LaRose. They just announced the goal is Giuliano.
Yeah. So minute 9 left to go here, 8-6. Voyagers have possession of the puck. Good pressure by the Shadow, keeping it and trying to milk that clock down. We're under a minute to go. Oh, there was a shot there, an opportunity. We're looking to see when the Voyager goalie is coming off. Ruggiero kicks that one away.
That was Chad that scored that last goal.
Here's the
scored the last goal.
Dump down into the Voyagers' end. 32 seconds left. Clock counting down. The Voyagers can't get their goalie out. This will be an icing waved off. Puck still in play.
Keep your head up here, everybody, right?
15 seconds left. One last rush by the Voyagers. A shot just to the outside of Ruggiero. The crowd is loving it here at the Big Boy Arena. They are going crazy, the crowd. A big comeback by the Shadow to win this 8-6. What a performance here by the Shadow. The first 2 periods didn't look like the team that we talked about, but the team we talked about came out here in the 3rd period.
Very entertaining game. That's what you want from a home opener with the home team pulling it out at the end here. Some really nice goals, good performances, and a lot of hometown heroes again getting a little taste of a victory for their community, and it's good to see Michigan Shadows start out like that here at home opener.
Good crowd here tonight, and the crowd got every dime they paid for here today. Right now, the Shadow giving appreciation to the fans out here. Good sportsmanship by both teams, shaking hands. And a good performance for an opening night of a brand new franchise in the MIHL. These 2 teams will meet 5 more times this year, 3 times in Muskegon and 2 more here at the Big Boy Arena. Any closing comments here tonight there?
Just a very, very good show, home opener for the Shadow, something that their fans can really want to make sure that they want to come back to the arena and follow this team again through the whole season.
Just to remind everybody, next Friday, the 7th, the Waterford Sharks will be in town. This will be another home game. Bill Ruggiero waving to the fans here. They call him Big Bill around here. But next Friday we'll be live here as the Waterford Sharks come to town to take on the Michigan Shadow. I am Frank Mazzella, along with Tommy Morris, saying so long and good night here on Go Live Sportscast.